Okay, so this is the new BORG+plus Geiger Counter by Atomic.dave. This one's got plenty of features in it, and for the first time I'm using triple pole switches, so they actually have 3 functions per switch, and I've actually put the descriptions of every switch on the label so you know exactly what each switch does. So the first one, the power switch, you flip it up, well actually in the middle position is off, so if you flip it up it turns it on. You come down and that's where you charge the unit. This has got a LiPo battery, a 3000, actually a 2600 mAh battery, and it's charged with a single USB port here. So not only is this USB port used for programming the unit through Arduino, but it's also used for charging the unit too. So that's new for this Geiger counter. Also here, this little dot here is actually an LED for the charging system. So when you plug the USB in, the red light comes on, and when it's done charging, the red light goes off. Okay, so switch it on, and now in the second position, the second switch is actually for the light, and so in the middle is off, the backlight, but it also controls the event LED too. So in the middle position, this is what I call stealth plus mode, where the backlight is off and also the LED is off. So when you switch it down, it turns on the LED for every event, but the backlight stays off. And then when you switch it all the way up, you get the backlight and you get the LED for your events. And then your third switch over is what controls the sound of the unit. And this is also new too, where in the middle is off, obviously, and then down is your normal clicking sound. Here's a SR90 sample, and as you can see, this is very sensitive because I've got a pancake tube. That's the alarm. So here we go. We got the click mode is on the bottom position, middle position is off, so you could have just an LED blinking whenever you have an event. And then here's something new, it's called tone mode. When you switch it all the way up, it has like a tone mode where as you get closer to the sample, the tone changes. And you can switch between that mode and regular click mode just by hitting the switch there. See? Okay, so, and also with that tone mode, there's what they call the null switch over here, which will reset it depending on how close you are to the sample. So now it's reset at that distance. I press it again to reset it. Okay, so we turn that off. Let's go back to click mode. And then the alarm, also 3 functions. In the middle is off. Down is LED only for your alarm. And then up is LED and piezo for your alarm. Okay, and then the 5th button over is again the select button, which actually takes you from minutes, scalar mode, and back to your normal display. Now another new cool thing is, as you can see, there is an IR window here. This unit now has a remote control that's used to actually program this unit even further. Let's switch back to the regular display mode. But all you have to do is just push a button here, and you'll see it has many other functions. The channel button changes what you're controlling. So the first one is the voltage of where the battery's at. The second one is your tone sensitivity, where you can control how sensitive it is in that tone mode. And then rad logger on and off, or another new feature that this has through the USB. You can hook up to new softwares that work for data logging, so you could turn that on and off there. And then your bar graph control, which I don't know if you saw in the beginning. There's a you could see the bar graph right there. So it actually displays your events in a visual manner, and that barcode or bar control actually will control how sensitive it is. So you can switch it to whatever number you want. Then there's also the alarm units, which you could switch it from USV or CPM, and then your measuring units also, you can go from CPM to USV per hour. And then the alarm threshold, this is where you set for where the alarm goes off at. So at 100 events or 100 clicks, it's going to go off. Or I could switch this to whatever number I want. So all you got to do is just punch in your numbers on the keyboard or the remote, and then you hit enter, and it resets it to the new number. And then this is your USV to CPM ratio for depending on what tube you're using. This one is the LND 7317. So we figured out that it's 360 is the ratio. Logging period, you can control how many minutes it logs, and then back to display period, it's at 5,000. And then when you click the power, it goes back off. So here you go. That's the new unit. There's also the multi-port here, 3.5 millimeter multi-port, where you can connect this to GeigerBot or Geiger graph with the not included 3.5 millimeter to USB adapter. It's a TTL RS-232 cable that you'd have to order separately, but I include with this the GeigerBot cable. You get that one for free. And also here is where the you can control the contrast of the LCD. Here's your speaker ports and lanyard. And you don't need to replace batteries because it has an internal LiPo 3.7 volt battery inside. And there you go. So this is the BORG+ by Atomic.dave. Thanks for watching.